bit, you know.
Full forecast.
Weatherscope. Much of the east enjoys pleasant weather as high pressure dominates in the region today. Meanwhile, a system that already has brought violent weather to parts of the west keeps much of the region wet and stormy. Those stories plus in-depth forecast and analysis on this edition of Weatherscope.
A new storm has been named in the Atlantic. It's Tropical Storm Bill, and in a moment we'll update you on the storm's movement and tell you what impact it will have, if any, on the U.S. Good afternoon. I'm Dan Atkinson.
And I'm Jill Brown. As a matter of fact, we have a little bit of new information on Bill. We'll show you that in a moment. Otherwise, gorgeous weather dominates the east today, while scattered showers and thunderstorms linger in parts of the south. Meanwhile, the rain has cleared the Twin Cities. It came in early this morning, lasting about an hour. It was heavy at times, making the morning commute a little hectic. The storms signal the start to more warm and humid conditions, and Dan will show you exactly what's going on up there in just a moment. It is a great day for the beach along North Carolina Outer Banks, so grab your bait and tackle, your swim gear, just a good book. Skies will be partly cloudy with highs in the low 80s. Pretty nice stuff, no doubt about that. As you can see here, we have a lot less cloud cover than we did yesterday about this time. We had some thunderstorms that came rolling through. We have a few scattered thunderstorms through the southeast again today. It's pretty hot and humid. Typical afternoon thunderstorms have fired up. They've become pretty intense in central Florida. You can see that blow up with the clouds there. And also we have a broken line of thunderstorms from Arkansas into Mississippi and a few along the Georgia coastline. Otherwise, sunny. Pretty quiet day, really. Not a whole lot of thunderstorm activity. I've had a couple reports here. It looks like those thunderstorms that came down Interstate 95, as you can see here, just kind of collapsed. But now as they've come over the border into make that into Florida, we have some severe thunderstorm warnings, which I'm going to show you in just a moment. First off, I wanted to point out again today, slow-moving thunderstorms. Expect some heavy downpours, potentially some minor flooding problems. Looks like here along the coast of Mississippi, we have one cell that's just kind of traveling west on Interstate 10 and headed for New Orleans. We'll keep an eye on that one. We'll let you know if we get reports of severe weather through here. Things do get quieter as you come into drier air in Alabama and Georgia. And then you get down here into Florida. Take a look at this. Heavy rain, Orlando to Melbourne Beach. Severe thunderstorm warning here in Indian River County, and unfortunately I don't have the wider view to show you what's going on north of Daytona, but most of the counties surrounding Jacksonville, Duval, Nassau, St. John, and Clay County, you have severe thunderstorm warnings for all of those counties with one main cluster. And with the rest of these, expect some gusty winds. You may have heavy downpours, a lot of lightning. Earlier, one of the reports said continuous lightning. That's pretty serious stuff. And some very heavy rain, special marine advisories around Lake Okeechobee. You can see dew points are in the 70s. There's plenty of moisture in the atmosphere here. The dry air has come all the way down to about South Georgia. So dew points have dropped. It's a little more comfortable. Our front is sliding down. As a matter of fact, northern Florida should have a pretty quiet day tomorrow. So grin and bear it while you can, and we'll hope for some nicer weather. But you can even see right through here, a little bit cooler and drier as that front's heading south. South of the front, it's hot, it's humid, 94 in Houston, and with the muggy air, it's going to feel a little bit warmer than that. Still pretty dry and comfortable here to the north, although Washington, D.C., you have hit 90. Expect to see a few more 90s in places like Atlantic City and Philadelphia, and over the weekend, eventually on up to Hartford and Providence. Those temperatures will be climbing the next few days, but you can see, obviously, plenty of sunshine. We think we're going to hang on to that as we head through Saturday and Sunday. More details on your weekend coming up in a moment. Dan?
Thanks, Jill. In a moment, we'll update you on our newest tropical storm in the Atlantic, but first a look at the west, where stormy weather targets the northern plains today. Storms turned violent yesterday in Lincoln, Nebraska. This home just southeast of Lincoln was struck by lightning, igniting a fire that caused about $40,000 damage. Fortunately, the residents made it out safely. Thunderstorms are possible again this afternoon in the Lincoln area. Here's a look now at the surface map for the Midwest, and you can see high pressure in place, providing tranquil weather. In fact, beautiful summer weather again today for you in Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Lexington. To the west of that high pressure area, moist, unstable air flowing up from the Gulf of Mexico, helping to provide the fuel for those thunderstorms, which are not very widespread now, but likely will become more numerous over the northern plains as the afternoon heats up. Close to this high pressure center, there was some record cool weather this morning. Jackson, Kentucky dropped to a record low of 60 degrees to tie the record for this date. A couple of other records set out in the west. Burns, Oregon hit 35. Boise tied with 44 for the low. Here's radar for the Midwest showing just some areas of showers and some thunder showers over the Dakotas. Some of the heavier activity between International Falls and Grand Rapids moving eastward across northern portions of Minnesota. A broad area of rain, in some cases heavy rain, has been persisting in recent hours over eastern portions of Kansas, Bourbon, and Crawford counties among the places that have picked up considerable rain. And now some of the heaviest thunderstorms are right over northwestern portions of Missouri, and they're making their way toward the north and northeast. Here are temperatures in the Midwest: 82 in Chicago, 85 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bismarck, 88 degrees already, and 78 at Rapid City. In the west, frontal system has made its way east of Montana finally, but in the cool, unstable air just in the wake of that front, there are some light rain showers sweeping on toward the northeast. You've had showery day around Billings and up toward Glasgow. Rain continues back through Casper, Wyoming, and also into the Denver area. Light rain falling there. Thunder showers in progress. Heavy thunder shower around Akron, Colorado. And